Satnam and welcome. My name is Ann Taylor. It's my honor to lead you in Kundalini Yoga this morning. So here we are at the fourth session of recovering our story. And the goal is really to try to understand what wants to come through us. What does the universe have in store for us? When we align with our soul purpose, that's perhaps the only path to real fulfillment that's lasting. Last week, we worked with inner blocks, and the first kriya is the kriya to see the inner beauty. It begins with a 6-minute long deep breathing. So instead of doing a separate pranayam today, I'm going to have this just be integrated. So this is a really interesting one in that today we're going to be combining the energies of prana and apana. You've heard the term prana. We use it in pranayam. Prana, the life force energy. Apana is its opposing force, the force of elimination. And so when the apana rises from the base of the spine, and the apana comes down towards the heart center, and the two meet, it's explained that it's like a hydraulic pump in that it actually allows the Kundalini energy to start flowing. And if you've experienced it, you know it's a real physical sensation. So this, yoga to join the lower self and the higher self. That's part of what we're doing here so that you can feel a union with the divine, the higher self, whatever term works best for you. This is not about a religious class, but it is about connecting with it in something that's greater than ourselves. By practicing this, it also activates the pituitary gland, which in turn then stimulates the pineal gland. And so by really practicing this and learning to master it, you'll feel some really powerful life changes. So according to the yogic wisdom, doing this kriya, there's a very small amount of ojas. It's OJUS that's in the body at any given time. And by working with the prana apana, that tiny amount of ojas, which is a very concentrated force within the body, starts to rise and actually will go into the higher centers and the pineal gland. So I'll be curious to see what people's experiences are when we share during the community time. Then we'll be moving on to a more active kriya, nabi kriya, for prana and apana. So again, working with those two opposing forces within the body. And then we'll finish it off with a meditation for guidance. So the final meditation for this series, it's strengthening that inner voice. Once you really learn how to tap into listening to that internal inner voice, as I've mentioned in previous classes, you've got your compass point set and you know where you're going, and you don't need any other outside influences to confirm, am I good enough? Is this okay? No, you know in the core of your being what you're supposed to be doing. So let's begin by tuning in with the Adi mantra, followed by the mantra for protection. Pressing the hands firmly together, placing them at the heart center, thumbs pressing into the sternum. Eyes are closed, rolled, and focused at the brow point. Feeling your spine nice and aligned. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Deep inhale. Exhale. And inhale to tune in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo Om Namo Gurudev Namo Adgirendame Jugadgirendame Satgirendame Siddhi Gurudev Endame Adgirendame Jugadgirendame Satgirendame Siddhi Gurudev Endame Adgirendame Jugadgirendame Satgirendame Siddhi Gurudev Endame. Inhale deeply. Exhale, allow the eyes to remain closed a moment and just allow an intention, something maybe that wasn't pre-planned, something, just listen for a moment, deeply listen to see what wants to be expressed. Okay, so this kriya begins with a pranayama of long, deep breathing. Prana, the pranic body, is number 8 in the tantric numerology system. And earlier, I think the first class we talked about this being an 8-year, 2024, 2 + 2 + 4 = 8. So pranayama benefits everybody this year. In March, we'll go a little bit more deeply into some of the numbers. Prana, number 8, the lung meridian. So we'll begin by pressing, coming into prayer pose. It's an active position. You're pressing your thumbs into the sternum, just like when we tuned in. The eyes are slightly opened. And if you tilt your chin without bending your neck, you don't want to bend your neck forward, just tilt down. If you can see your thumbs, I can't, but I can see the tips of my fingers. So that's where I'll focus. And let's begin a nice, long, deep breathing. This will be our pranayama, opening up the belly on the inhale, bringing the breath all the way up to the heart center, open up the rib cage. Breath comes all the way to the collarbones. Exhale, reversing the process, bringing the breath back down to the navel point and then pulling the navel point in slightly. Conscious breathing. If the mind begins to wander, simply notice. No negative judgments, just observe. There it goes again. Simply come back to the breath and breathe deeply. Keep the eyes focused on the tips of the fingers or the tips of the thumbs as best you can. Exercising the optic nerve and other things that are very subtly happening. Less than a minute, renew your focus. Inhale deeply, suspend the breath, apply root lock, and squeeze the energy up the spine. Exhale and relax. The next exercise, excuse me, is celibate pose. I need a block for this one. Excuse me, this is where your feet are off to the sides. So unlike rock pose where we're sitting on our heels, the feet are out to the side, as wide as you can get them. I have quite a bit of tightness in my hips, so I need the block and they don't go out all that far. Putting the hands on the knees, it'll be a movement similar to spinal flex. The directions say to go rapidly and to the point where you're actually building up a sweat. Now, I caution you, to allow the yoga to meet you where you're at. Start slowly. Inhale forward, exhale back, keeping the hands in one position. And then as you sense where your spine is, feel free to speed it up. So we're doing this for 3 minutes so you can pace yourself. Careful not to let the head bob up and down. Eyes are closed, as is the default position for all of the exercises, unless noted or you need balance. Synchronize the breath with the motion. Keep the breath strong. You're not getting the full benefit if you don't really inhale, exhale. Somebody in the room should be able to hear you. One more minute, check your pace. Inhale deeply, suspend the breath, apply root lock, and mentally circulate the energy you've just created throughout your body. Exhale and relax by bringing your legs out in front of you as we begin life nerve stretch. Now, this is stated to be a relaxation period where you're letting all the blockages release and you're letting the flow of prana come through. So inhale and come down to where you naturally can, if you can hold your toes. And just breathe long and deep and let the energy flow. Eyes are closed, focused at the brow point. Allowing any external vibrations to just recede and just merge with peace. As thoughts burst in or break into your awareness, simply let them go like clouds. No forcing, just simply noticing and letting go. Inhale deeply. Exhale, coming into easy pose. Allowing the eyes to close, hands in Gyan Mudra. And be with your experience before we move on to Nabi Kriya or prana apana. Allow a sense of deep listening. The mind is relaxed. Inhale deeply. Exhale. And now we'll prepare for Nabi Kriya for prana apana. So stretching your legs out, bring one heel into the groin area. So the leg is stretched out in front of you, not off to the side. Inhale, exhale down, and begin breath of fire. As a reminder for women who may be on early menstrual cycle or may be pregnant, always substitute long, deep breathing. This exercise balances the polarity of your auric field, the electromagnetic field, and stimulates the pituitary. We're starting with the third chakra area, the navel point, Manipura, and then we'll be moving up into the heart center. Allowing that lower spine to relax and soften. Inhale deeply, suspend the breath, apply root lock. Exhale, and let's switch legs. And again, let's begin a powerful breath of fire. Inhale deeply. Exhale and come on your back for kicking buttocks. You allow your heel to tap your buttocks where there's a meridian point. So it'll be like this, just a inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And let's begin. Synchronize the breath with the motion. Inhale and relax, remain on your back. For a leg push-pull. So this is a movement that's similar to a piston. If you need support for your lower back, put your hands under your buttocks. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Engage the navel point. Make sure the small of the back is on the floor so you don't hurt your lower back. Always check in with yourself. Nice deep breathing. Use the breath to power the motion. Excellent. Engage the navel point. Inhale and relax. You probably feel like your navel point's getting stronger. And now we move into front platform. The tops of the feet are supposed to be on the floor. The body is supposed to be straighter than mine will most likely be, and begin a powerful breath of fire. Keep the head straight. Inhale and gently release the position. And we'll be coming back onto our backs, working that navel point. The last navel exercise is stretch pose. And again, use your fists underneath your buttocks if you need support for your lower back. This exercise is done with the eyes open, and you'll be gazing over the toes. The exercise is like this. Breath of fire, looking over the toes, and let's begin. Make sure the small of the back is pressing against the floor. Just 10 more seconds, hang in there. Inhale and relax. Just remain on your back for a few moments before we jump into the next. Okay, and now coming into easy pose, moving into the heart center. Extend the arms out and then bring them so that they are almost like you're going to receive someone in a hug, although you wouldn't be so rigid, I guess. And spread the fingers and take a couple long, deep breaths. And now this is one of the exercises where we're using our imagination that we're going to be pulling a very heavy weight. Make fists, inhale, suspend the breath, and begin to pull as if you're pulling something very heavy, and come close to the heart center. And as you approach the heart center, exhale with cannon breath. And let's repeat. Inhale, tight fists, and pull. Exhaling when you need to. And one more time. And now arms out to the side and stretch and tense the fingers. As I'll be timing us as usual. Breathe long and deep and keep a lot of tension in your fingers. Keeping the breath long and deep. And now slowly bring the hands about 4 inches apart in front of your heart center. Breathe long and deep. See if you can feel the energy between your hands. And now bring the palms together and just enter a meditative state. And now we begin a bowing motion. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale your heart center to the floor. And continue this motion, inhaling up and exhaling down. And inhaling up, placing your hands in Gyan Mudra, thumb and index finger touching on your knees. Allow the eyes to close. Breathing naturally and entering a meditative state to finish. And now slowly come onto your back for deep relaxation. I will remain seated and you come lying down on your back. I will hold the space. This will be a silent deep relaxation as you allow your body to just integrate the breath and the work. Allow the legs to be apart slightly. The arms are at the sides of your body with the palms facing up. If you need support underneath your thighs to take pressure off the lower back, grab a cushion. And do your best to just simply let go. Let your body do its adjustments. You don't have to do anything consciously. And now inhale gently. Begin to bring your awareness back into the room. Making small circles with the wrists and ankles. Stretch your arms overhead. Pointing your toes the opposite direction, stretch your spine. And then arms out to the side for cat stretches. Bringing one or both legs to one side. Turning your head the opposite direction. Keeping the shoulders on the floor. And switching sides. Breathing deeply into the stretch. And now rub the palms of the hands together, soles of the feet bristly, stimulating the nerve endings. And then rock on your spine a couple times. As we continue our practice this morning with meditation for guidance, strengthening the inner voice. So this has been one of the main threads of our theme for the month. Learning to listen to that inner voice so that we really can recover the story of who we are meant to be, what life we're meant to live here. This kriya meditation involves the 10-stroke breath. So for some of you may not have practiced that. It's basically taking 10 even sniffs through the nose for one breath. So it'll go something like this. And then on the exhale, you exhale 10 strokes. Now, it does take some practice. So if you can't quite get the 10 strokes, don't worry about it. Just keep the inhale strokes and the exhale strokes the same number. And then by the end of the meditation, you may be able to get up to the 10 strokes. The mudra or hand position is to cup the hands and keep a slight space between the pinkies. You're making a bowl, and you're going to be tilting your head down slightly as if you're bowing to the higher self that you're holding in your hands at the heart center. There is a mental vibrational mudra that you say with each stroke of the breath. On the inhale, with each stroke, mentally chant waho, waho. So it'll be 10 wahos mentally. Waho, 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 waho. As you're sniffing, 10 wahos, 10 sniffs. On the exhale, as you're exhaling the sniffs, you're going to mentally chant guru, 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 guru. So this is called japa, when you're repeating a mantra over and over and over and over. And that is really, it's a confirming of yourself. And so let's begin it. We'll be doing this for 11 minutes. And just allow the eyes to gently, 9/10 closed, focused in on the cup. Inhale 10 strokes. Waho, waho, each stroke. Exhale, guru. And now see, if you don't want to get hung up with the counting, you can just mentally bring awareness to each finger at a time with each sniff so that you can kind of count on your fingers. So I'm going to begin us again with all that talking. And let's begin. mentally vibrating wapo on the inhale with each 10-stroke breath. On the exhale, mentally vibrating guru with each stroke of the 10-stroke exhalation. And finishing the round you're on. Inhale deeply. Exhale and relax, allowing your eyes to remain closed. Part two of this practice, the hands are in Gyan Mudra, thumb and index finger touching, placed on the knees, and we're going to chant in a monotone, Waho, 8 times, and then Guru 8 times. Allow the eyes to close, focused at the brow point. Waho, 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 waho. Guru, 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 guru. Waho, 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 waho. Guru, 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 guru. Waho, 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 waho. Guru, 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 guru. Waho, 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 waho. Guru, 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 guru. Waho, 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 waho. Guru, 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 guru. Waho, 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 waho. Guru, 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 guru. Waho, 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 waho. Guru, 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 guru. Waho, 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 waho. Guru, 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 guru. Waho, 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 waho. Guru, 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 guru. Waho, 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 waho. Guru, 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 guru. Waho, 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 waho. Guru, 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 guru. Waho, 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 waho. Guru, 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 guru. Waho, 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 waho. Guru, 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 guru. Inhale deeply. Exhale, allow the eyes to close. Ask yourself, what wants to come through you? Deeply listen to your soul in silence. And now rub the palms of your hands together and place them at your heart center as we prepare to close the sacred space with a long sat, a short nam, followed by Tommy's prayer. Inhale deeply. Exhale. And inhale to close. Sat. Nam. Universe, put us in the places you want us to be, with the people you want us to be with, doing the things you want us to do. Thank you for the joys and the challenges of our lives. Sat Nam. Sat Nam, and I thank you for your presence. I hope you have a wonderful day.